Of the NRL season kicks off on Thursday, where South Sydney host Melbourne. Melbourne do not fear South Sydney, and they do not fear Stadium Australia. They haven't lost to South Sydney since 2018. They haven't lost at Sydney Olympic Park since 2018. Souths are missing a quadrant of really good players. Cameron Murray, Adam Reynolds, Campbell Graham. Melbourne Storm, whilst they're still missing Ryan Papenhuyzen for the clash, Nelson Asafa-Solomona is coming back in to the team, and I'm going to tip Melbourne Storm to win 1-12. Friday night footy features two contests, and game one is from Bluebet Stadium as the Panthers host the Sharks. Panthers by 13+. Game two on Friday night is a blockbuster as the Parramatta Eels host the Sydney Roosters. To start off with, if it was Brett Morris's final match last weekend in Newcastle, he can still hold his chin up, head up way high. I think he might be the biggest and best winger that I've seen in my lifetime. He's been absolutely sensational, and he was a major factor in the 2019 grand final win for sure. With so many injuries in the casualty ward for the Roosters, you've got to give the edge to the Parramatta Eels, albeit Parramatta have not defeated Sydney Roosters at all since 2016. I think the drought will be broken this Friday night. Parramatta 1-12. Super Saturday features three contests once more as the Raiders host the Knights in game one for the one and only time from McDonald's Park in Wagga Wagga. Josh Papali'i and George Williams are back into the side. There might be some outside noises going on about some disharmony within the group. I think they'll rally together and they'll beat the Newcastle Knights down there in Wagga Wagga by 13+ to get their season well back on track. They're not out of title contention just yet, the Canberra Raiders. They'll come storming back, mark my words. Game two on Super Saturday is live from Campbelltown Sports Stadium. West Tigers host the Gold Coast Titans. This is the first match to take place at NRL level, first grade level, that is, since Tommy Radonica's passing about a month ago now. They'll be out wearing their black jerseys out in Campbelltown. I believe there may still be another minute's silence, I'm not too sure, just before kickoff. So West Tigers have somewhat of a shot at redemption for putting in such a lackluster performance all those weeks ago. And I know Benji Marshall was there last year, but I can't remember a better cult figure to rally around than Zach Sini, who made his debut. What a wonderful debut that was for Zach Sini. I like the spine as well. It's not complete yet. I just saw little plays and little glimpses of what a combination of Brooks and Dewey and Laurie could be. And if they can shift it out to the bloke called Sini, who I've seen in the KO Wee Cup. And I don't want to go off too early and say that there are makings of something really good at Tigers, because if I was holding my breath, I'd pass out. But there was a good win for him last Sunday. You can't get carried away with it. And against the Gold Coast Titans, they are every chance. With Big Tino coming back into the side for the Titans, it does bolster them up. It makes them bigger. But it's just their defense. They've really got to dedicate the effort to defense. And this could be a really high-scoring game. I think it could be a really entertaining clash as well. Since 2017, these two clubs have traded victories and losses as well, going win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And it's set up to be a Tigers victory. I don't think it will happen. I think the Gold Coast will do just enough. But I think the Tigers will actually get up for this one. They should. I'm going to tip the Titans to win 1-12. And then the Saturday night main event is the Cowboys versus Broncos. All form goes out the window. Time stops for this clash. Get the victory this Saturday night, boys. They beat yous in round one in our grand opening match for QCB Stadium, and Sam got a little bit upset that night. We evened up the ledger by beating the Broncos away from home and sticking the wooden spoon down their throat for the first time in club history. So the rivalry is going to have another chapter written, and I cannot wait. Jake Clifford and David Bowen are in, and the Broncos, off the top of my head, are untouched from last week. And Sunday features two games, and game one is live from Lottoland, where Manly host the Warriors. Only 4 weeks ago, these two clubs met, and the Manly Sea Eagles pipped the Warriors by 1 point. And I don't think it'll be as close, but should still be a very good contest. Tom Trbojevich's 100th match this weekend. This is probably the hardest game to pick this weekend, because whilst the Warriors' first half was really good, it might have been made to look even better because of how switched off the Cowboys were in that first half last weekend. And the Manly Sea Eagles were in it for 70 minutes last week against the Penrith Panthers in Bathurst. So for that reason, they're back at home, Manly, and I'm going to tip Manly to keep the hoodoo running against the Warriors. I mean, the seesaw is way out of whack when it comes to this clash as well. So I'm going to tip Manly Sea Eagles to win 1-12. And then finally, to finish off round 9, it's the St. George Illawarra Dragons hosting the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs from Kogarah. The Dragons are unfortunately keeping to tradition where they start the season off like a house on fire and then it just goes downhill. Last Sunday's loss against Wests was bad. It was an ordinary game of footy, and the Dogs, I don't know how, but they got cocky. They won their first game against Cronulla, and you'd think, or I thought, that they'd be up for their clash against Parramatta last week, but they just were flat as a pancake. But these clashes, we'll put it like this, the Bulldogs are the Dragons' bogey side. You've got Zach Lomax, Ravalawa, Pereira, and Cody Ramsey as well, missing from the Dragons' back line. That brings Bulldogs right back into calculations as well. And when you look at it on paper, the Bulldogs have a better back line. I still think the Dragons have a better forward pack, but the forward pack really needs to fire in order to beat the Bulldogs. But I don't think they will. I'm going to tip a real upset, and I'm going to give the Bulldogs the edge. They won one game. They came out flat. This weekend, they should come out firing and redeem themselves for coming out so poorly as what they did last Saturday night against Parramatta. So I'm going to tip Bulldogs to win 1-12, and let alone that, they only played at Kogarah a couple of weeks ago themselves, the Bulldogs, so the ground won't hold any fear for them either. That's my tips for the upcoming rounds of rugby league. To the new subscribers, hello and thank you, and if you could all do us a favour and hit that like button, it helps out the channel even more so. And I want to wish you all a very good weekend coming up, and as always, go Cowboys.